Yo, what is going on, all you sexy fathermuckers out there? Tribulationfu here, bringing you guys another little commentary, and today I have something different for you guys. First of all, channel update. Every other Sunday, instead of them all being shout-out Sundays, I'm going to be doing a Trib story time for you guys. And here's also the cool part about this, because not all my stories are going to be true. That's right, some of them are going to be real and some of them are going to be fake. You guys get to decide which ones are true and which ones are fake. Now, personally, I didn't come up with this idea on my own. I came up with it from a guy named Snow. I'll put a link in the description to his channel. He's an awesome commentator and he's hilarious. Hopefully, I'll be networking with him really soon. So be sure to check out his channel, but I'm going to go ahead and jump into this video. I'm going to be telling you something really funny that's happened in my life, and you know, it was a while back. It was when I was young. I was doing really something stupid, but you know, I was young and I don't recommend doing it. So basically what happened, guys, is I had a friend come over and spend the night when I was 13 years old, and in the area that I lived kind of close to a Kroger. Well, before I get to that, earlier that night, we went ding-dong ditching in our neighborhood, and the way my neighborhood is set up, it's like a circle, and then it's like two circles. There's my neighborhood and then there's another neighborhood, and they're connected at like the circles. It's really weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's like the two backs of the circles are connected. So what we did is we went into the other neighborhood and ding dong ditched. Well, one of the houses that we were gonna ding dong ditch, it turned out, you know, we were getting ready, you know, we were looking for places to hide, and we were like, all right, you ready? Well, I look back and look at my friend. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he would like me to, you know, say that. But anyways, I look back at my friend and he's looking up in the sky and waving. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you waving to aliens over there? You know, I was like, what the hell? Well, he's like, dude, somebody's in the window looking at us. It was a two-story house, and somebody was peeking through the blinds watching us. And it looked like it was kind of like a party going on. But it turned out, well, I'll get to that later. So we're like, you know, we're like waving and we run off. You know, we're like, oh crap, we just got caught. You know, let's go back to the house, eat some dinner, get a drink, you know, hang out, play some video games or something. So that's what we did. Well, later that night, he had never gone TPing or rolling. If you guys don't know what that is, that's when you go buy toilet paper and you throw it in trees and, you know, throw it on the house of whoever you're TPing or rolling. It's actually really fun, but it's vandalism. Don't do it. I do not condone you guys doing it, okay? I don't support it. But I was stupid and young, so I did it. So anyways, I was like, hey, why don't we do it? You never gone? I've only gone once. It's fun. You know, I enjoyed it. It's a thrill. It's a rush. My parents aren't going to let us go, though. So we snuck out. At like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, we decided to sneak out. Well, being 13, you've only got so much money. And, you know, he didn't bring any money because he was like 14 or 13. He was one of those. I can't remember. He's a little bit older than me. But, he didn't bring any money over. So, obviously, I had to use my money. And I'm not going to steal toilet paper from my house because my parents would know. So, what do? We get the bright idea, hey, let's run to Kroger at 3 o'clock in the morning and buy toilet paper, walk back to our neighborhood, and go roll a house, roll some kids that live down the street from me. What a great idea, right? No, that is completely wrong. So, what happens next is, you know, we're walking through the neighborhood. We go through that neighborhood, or the circle neighborhood that we went through earlier, and we're gonna that we were going to ding dong ditch that house at. Because if you walk through that neighborhood, Kroger is right there. So we go by the rolls, and you know, they're all, you know, the cash register lady's laughing because she knows what we're up to. She's like, y'all stomachs must be tore up. We're like, oh yeah, our tummies are messed up. We shouldn't have eaten that burger or chili or whatever we said. I can't remember now. So we bought the rolls. We're heading back home. Well, a car pulls out of that neighborhood, and there's a four-way. It's like a four-way. It's the, I don't know, it's like catty-cornered to Kroger, and the neighborhood is. So it's really weird. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Anyways, so they pull out of the neighborhood, and we're like across the street from Kroger, about to cross the other street to go into that neighborhood. And they run the red light, turn into the BP gas station, which is the gas station that we were at, and start chasing us in the car. This random car does, and I took off running. I was gone. My friend just kept walking, you know, he kept his cool, but I jumped in some bushes. Well, they went past him and came after me and pulled in front of me on the street that they just came out of, just to cut me off and make sure that I couldn't go anywhere. So I'm sitting in the bushes and I'm hiding. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, what is going on? I'm about to die. I'm about to get shot by some gangbangers. You know, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I'm hiding in the bushes with some toilet paper. My friend walks through the bushes and starts talking to him. They're like, hey, man, you got any drugs? He's like, no, man, we're just going to roll our friends. So they're like, oh, we were going to take you to the police, man. You know, we're real good friends with them. You know, their eyes are like bloodshot and they're huge. They're like bigger than my freaking balls. I mean, they're freaking huge. Like, they are on some kind of drug. I don't know what it was, but they were high as fuck. So anyways, I'm like, okay, maybe it's a little, you know, maybe it's fine. So I get out of the bushes and start talking to them. And they're like, all right, y'all have a good day or good night, whatever. Well, you know, we go down the hill in that neighborhood. All of a sudden we hear, and the car backs up, and we look up on top of the hill and see the car. Well, the guy that we were just talking to gets out of his car and starts cussing at us, saying, y'all better not fucking roll my house. Well, guess whose house, or guess who that was? That was the guy's house that we were going to ding-dong ditch earlier. That was the same dude that was peeking out the window that we waved to earlier that night. So guess what he decides to do? He gets back in his car, and we're like, oh my God, you know, what the fuck? Like, so we just start booking it through this neighborhood. Well, he turns around, starts chasing us through the neighborhood, and like with his car. I hide up in some person's yard, and my friend hides in a bush next to a bridge, like it's literally right next to the street. The car pulls up right next to his bush, stops, rolls down the windows, and starts yelling. Like, they don't know he's there. They don't know he's there. They just start yelling, like looking for us, cussing us out, telling us not to roll his house. There was 3 people in the car. It was 2 guys and a girl. You know, they're freaking out at us. And my friend is like, you know, his heart's gotta be like pounding. He's about to have a heart attack because they're literally right next to him. But luckily enough, you know, they drove off. Like, they kept going through the neighborhood. He runs up to me, and we run back to the house and climb through the window. You know, we ended up having a good time rolling the other house, or rolling our friend's house. And yeah. But that's my story of how I almost got killed by gangbangers and rolled somebody's house. Hope you guys enjoyed that little story time with Trib. Here again, my name is Trib. I'm going to go ahead and say Trib out. Hope you guys have a God bless day.